It's your boy, the ATX Junior, back with another video. And like I said earlier, I wanted to talk to y'all about the UT quarterback issue that's going on, right? So Quinn Ewers, he's out. He's not out for the year or anything like that, but he's out in a very important time for the Longhorns right now. Um, and you got Malik, what's his name? Malik Murphy backing him up, and then obviously you got the freshman. They're both freshmen, but then you got Arch Manning behind him. But I wanted to discuss what this meant for UT's future, because obviously if Quinn's hurt, he's gonna want to come back next year. I don't think that he's built the draft stock to where he's gonna get paid in the first round this year. I don't think that he's a first round quarterback coming out of college this year. So what happens if Quinn wants to come back this or next year? You got Malik Murphy, he's a freshman, and then you got Arch, he's a freshman. Now you know that they're gonna keep Arch. Whatever the case may be, Arch is staying. That's what they done paid the man too much money to leave. That's why he's there in the first place. So the transfer portal is going to be real interesting this summer, because if you ask me, when it comes to Malik Murphy and Arch Manning, I think Malik is a better quarterback, and that might just be is what I saw on the field. Whenever it came to that spring game, honestly, if I were to start Malik Murphy, even I'd put him over Quinn. Honestly, like if Malik Murphy is playing, let's just say they meet Oklahoma in Arlington this year, and Malik Murphy's on the field. As an Oklahoma fan, and just me personally, everybody might not agree with me, but I'm terrified. Like, if Malik Murphy's playing, I feel like Texas has a better chance of winning that game than if Quinn was playing. And that might sound crazy. I know people might disagree with me. That might blow people's minds, especially some UT fans out there. They might think that I'm out off my rocker or whatever. But I don't know. It's just whenever I was watching that spring game this year, Malik Murphy really impressed me. I was like, this is a really good quarterback. Or at least he can be a really good quarterback. And obviously, when Arch got in the game, he stunk it up, so he's ranked, he's rated way high, but I think he's really rated off of that last name. Personally, I think that he's a last name quarterback. If his last name was freaking Scott, he wouldn't be the number one quarterback in the nation if his last name was freaking Scott. I don't care what nobody says. You can argue with me in the comments. It don't make sense. He's not that good. I'm not gonna say he's not that good. He's a good quarterback, but he's not freaking number one quarterback coming out of high school type of deal, in my opinion. So, what do you think this means for UT going forward into the future? Do you think that do they stick with Malik? And if Quinn decides to stay, do they give him another year, or are we gonna see two quarterbacks go into the transfer portal this year and have Arch starting next year, first year in the SEC? I mean, sounds like quarterback drama to me. Sounds like some future issues that will be addressed, or will have to be addressed by Sark and the UT going forward when it comes to this summer. Especially if Malik Murphy goes out there and balls out for the rest of the game, for the rest of the year, then it'll be an interesting conversation, because, like I said, I mean, I get Arch, I get the whole Manning back, the last name and everything. I get it, cool, whatever. I'm not believing in the hype. He gonna have to show me, he gonna have to prove to me that he really is, that he can live up to that last name. Cause until then, I look at Malik Murphy like he's the guy. And if I'm UT, which I hope they stick with Manning, but if I'm UT next year going into the SEC, I'm going with Malik, man. I feel like Malik is the guy. And even if Quinn decided to come back, I'm telling Quinn, hey, bruh, you gotta hit the transfer portal, because we're moving on. You've shown us what you can do. You're a good quarterback. Don't get me wrong. You're a good quarterback, but you're not as good as the hype coming out of high school. And honestly, I feel like Arch is another Quinn. I feel like they're the same quarterback damn near. I feel like, and I could regret everything I'm saying right now. Arch Manning could prove me wrong, and he could be the best quarterback in the nation. Who knows? He could be a Heisman Trophy winning quarterback. I just don't see that. And I know it's early. He's a true freshman this year. I just don't see it, man. Like I said, I think Malik Murphy, he got the size, he got the talent, he got the ability. Like, man, if I'm UT, Malik Murphy is my quarterback going forward. If he balls out for the rest of the year, I'm not even putting Quinn back in. If Malik is balling out for the rest of the year, I'm not even putting Quinn back in. Quinn, you're hurt, you're injury prone, you're a good quarterback, but you're not that guy, And I mean, in my opinion, he put the tape on the field for me to be able to say that. I don't feel crazy when I'm saying that. He shows up for big games and he hides for bad games. Games that they're expected to win, he disappears. He's not consistent enough to be that guy, So, yeah, I just wanted to put my little 2 cents in as from an Oklahoma fan. I'm not talking mess about you guys. I'm not sitting here happy about Quinn being hurt or nothing like that. So don't go in the comments going crazy on me. I just want to know, what do y'all think is going to happen from the future if all three of your quarterbacks decide to stay, or if they want, somebody's entering the transfer portal. So they're all three of them. They're not coming back. But if you had the option to keep one of the three quarterbacks, because I feel like 2 of your quarterbacks are gone this year. If Malik Murphy put that tape on the field that he's the man, and then they decide that, hey, we're starting Arch, then Malik is gone. And then I don't think Arch is going to sit another year. I feel like Arch wants to play. I feel like he sat this year. He put his time in. He said, look, I put my time in as a backup quarterback. I learned the system. I'm ready to play. And I just don't see him not starting next year. I don't see that. I don't see UT not putting him in that starting rotation next year, paying all that money, all the hype. The fans want to see him. So, what do y'all think, man? Do y'all think that y'all will be able to keep all three of your quarterbacks? I don't. Or do you think that, or do you believe, who do you think is going to leave? Because somebody's leaving. You're not keeping all three of those quarterbacks this year or next year. So let me know down in the comments. To me, this looks like drama. This looks like it could be a problem. And I feel like, depending on this choice that the UT coaching staff, whatever they decide to move forward with, whoever they decide to move forward with, will determine everything that they go forward in the SEC. Like, who is your man going into the SEC? Who do you think it is? We know our guy. We know we got Jackson Arnold. I believe he's a proven. He is the best quarterback coming out of high school. He didn't hide from the freaking competition. He Gatorade Player of the Year, ESPN MVP. Come on, man. He played in these games because he had to prove himself. So we know our guy going in next year. Who's your guy? I don't know. Might not be in your DNA. Bye.